A week after the arson attack on the governor's mansion, President Trump called you.
He did.
What did he say?
You know, at first, I didn't know who was calling, and I just let the call go to voicemail. And when I realized just a couple minutes later,
He wasn't in your contacts.
he was not in my contacts. He is now, though. And I listened to the voicemail, and as I'm listening to the voicemail, Max walked into the kitchen. I was there by myself, just having a cup of coffee. It was early in the morning. And Max goes, "Was that the president?"
This is
I
your
said,
son, yeah.
Yeah, my son Max, who's now 16. And I said, "It was." He goes, "Are you going to call him back?" I said, "Of course I'm going to call him back. He's president of the United States." So I called back, and I got to tell you, Norah, I didn't think he was going to answer that line. I assumed it was not really his number. And sure enough, he answered the phone. And the first thing he wanted to do was to tell me that his team was on it and providing, whatever support we needed from a law enforcement perspective, which I know to be true. I had talked to the FBI director, talked to the Attorney General in the days before, and I appreciate what they did. And then I frankly expected the conversation to end there just a couple minutes in, and he then went on to bring up a lot of other topics.
Including a 2028 presidential contest, and he said to you, "You don't want to be president, it's too dangerous."
Well, we had a longer conversation before that. We talked about a number of issues. I actually lobbied him on an important steelworker issue for Pennsylvania. And then he began musing aloud about political violence, his situation in Butler, what happened to me in Harrisburg. And he said, being president's a really dangerous job. And he rattled off other jobs that have a lower fatality rate than presidents. And he said, it's very, very dangerous. Just be careful. And I said, well, Mr. President, I'm not looking to run for president. And he said, well, I just wanted to share that with you. And so it was a strange conversation that bounced through a lot of different topics. But look, I appreciate the fact that he called.